Hello and welcome to another anime reaction stream, and today we are finishing season 1. Hopefully we get season 2 of Akane-banashi. Yeah, last time we watched 6 episodes and today we watch 6 episodes. I think that's pretty straightforward. But yeah, really enjoyed the first stream. Obviously it's about Lakuro, something that I had watched 2 other shows before about. Showa Lakuro Shinju and Joshidaku, which were fun. But yeah, this one is interesting too. I mean, I think the setup has been pretty good. We stopped just as she was about to enter a competition, basically, a tournament arc of some kind, you could say if you wanted to, so yeah, should be fun. As always, link to my Discord in the description, my Streamlabs Patreon if you want to follow, support me, request reaction, the classic stuff. And yeah, this is the third and probably last one that I'm doing for spring 2026. Except if someone tells me there's another thing I should absolutely react to. This was the last one that caught my eyes as something that would be good for reaction. There's still like a bunch of shows I'm gonna watch from spring and enjoy, I'm sure, but you know, yeah, as far as reaction, those are the 3 that I picked, you know, Akane-banashi, Wichita Today, and Nippon Sangoku. Anyway, enough yapping, let's just get into it. As always, bring your own copy of the episode. My version of episode 7 is 24 minutes 36 seconds. Let's get into it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I love that the teacher is supportive now. The song, I wanted to hear it again. I'm liking it more and more the more I listen to it. Stai. Has the season 2 been announced, by the way? I forgot to look. I don't think so. Oh, okay, it was for winter 2027. So, in about 6 months. Okay. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. As I said, watching Wichita Atelier, which the second season has been announced too, we really are like in probably the best era of anime in terms of anime getting multiple seasons up to a full adaptation. I mean, I don't think there's been ever such a good era. So far the 2020s are like the best era of, you know, anime getting sequels and sometimes full adaptation. 7 story Calico Cup. I guess. It's the question of Lakuro, yeah, fair enough. Question is the Japanese high school ultimate baseball tournament. You can tell from his mouth, yeah. This guy is from the cover of the show. Looks like a kaiji character. Voice actress. Mom. Love Life car design, but I guess it's a magical girl show. Sure, that is true. That is true. Even the seiyuu, like some people imagine them as just like talking to the mic, but a lot of them actually act in a sense, but it's not the same. I mean, come on. So underestimating her, but she's actually good at him. This guy. Not you. Ah, the Fang. Wow, Fang's such a cute character design thing. She is very motivated, but I feel like she's not winning this, right? They're making her to be great, but in this type of story, she can't just win right away. She's here. Why is she doing a pudding face? Yeah, she's already over that. Wasn't she like in front of 20 before, right? She learned the lesson once and she's good. Wow. Wow, so fast. This is kind of like, I wonder if the joke in games about the Neo-Cyclone Jet Armstrong cannon comes from this. This classic like Cougar Tail. That's voice acting. Is that enough? The teacher, so supportive. I was gonna say, like, it seems really good, but... Fair enough. Alright. Asamas. Yeah, I see. I'm sure you have to practice this a crazy amount of time. As someone who's biting my tongue and eating my word all the time, it would take me like an insane amount of time to get this right. I don't really see the overlap between Rakugo and Seiyu though. I don't think otaku are very into Rakugo. And Rakugo people you're probably not gonna bring into anime. Oh, dialect. You don't like your dialect? Fukuoka. I don't know if that's really what it is. It's more she thought she had no chance outside of Julie move. Because she knows she isn't good enough at the other things. Uh-huh. Maybe an asshole, but he's a cool guy. No doubt about that. Alright. I mean, as I said before, like there'll probably be some kind of reason that won't fully redeem him, but that will make a little bit more sense, I guess, of why he fired all those people. I really can't guess what it is right now. I guess we'll see though. Akane is really a lot of fun. Like as a character, you could say she's pretty damn simple, right? She's a girl who really loves Yakuro, like Uro. She's very like outgoing, Gyaru-like, right? If this was a romance anime, she would be like the kind Gyaru to Otaku. That's literally her vibe. And you know, she just wants to prove herself and the Rakugo side of her dad. It's all very straightforward, right? There isn't much more to the character, but she's still super likable in a simple way, right? Sometimes you really don't need like much more for a character. give me the skit. I am very lazy when it comes to folding. Usually I just stuff shit into my drawers, and if it doesn't fit, then I try to do a bit of folding. It's an art folding. Okay, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Let's watch the next one. But yeah, no way Akane actually wins this, right? That would be way too fast and too easy. It's a date in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Good question. But how much Japanese name usually means something? I'm surprised she has to ask that. You'd think you would know already. I always say it, but you know, on one side, Nihongo very complicated, but also I really like the amount of meaning you can put into someone's name. I always think it's really, really cool. Yeah. It's really cool. Though obviously it might be pressure for some people to live up to their name if it's really like something big, but I love the concept. Yeah. Like my name is just like a normal French name, you know, it's like the process of choosing it was just finding a name that sounded good, you know, but it doesn't have like a specific meaning. It's not related to anyone in my family. It's just a name that sounded good and that's why it was chosen, right? And in a lot of countries, I'm assuming that's what it is, right? I know some people sometimes choose by like character they like or something. That's another way to do it. But yeah. At least I've got a normal name by French standards, right? No one is gonna like teasing me about my name in a sense. Bam. Wow. I mean, she does have a tragic backstory, but it's not like her dad died or something, right? Bleu de nuit meant blue of night in French. I was gonna say, I'm sure some of the other participants, they might also have some tragic backstories. I mean, after what he did, firing this student. Yeah, which again seems like it's an extreme reaction to maybe he realized he made a mistake all these years ago. I mean, is he gonna be harsh? Because right now he's acting all nice. Backstory. Interesting. That's what I was wondering, like, are you forced to only do classic stories, or can you come up with a story? Are you allowed to do like a new story? I feel like as a Rakugo fan, it would get boring if, there's only like a limited amount of story and all the performers are doing the same. Even if sure there's difference between performers, right? So. I'm not really feeling this one, if I'm to be honest. Maybe because of the third wall breaking reason, right? Fourth wall, where this guy's voice is as much as a seiyuu voice as possible, and I feel like there isn't that much variety between the character he plays here. I don't feel like it's as great. I'm really not feeling this one, but comedy is, not everybody will like the same thing. That's a nice cup. Okay. Okay. This part was very like absurdist comedy, right? Same. I wasn't too into it. Yeah. So you're saying you did Rakugo only to make you laugh? So there's actually some praise. Like saying it wasn't really my thing, but obviously in terms of character, like, you know, the fact that they did all this work to come up with his own Rakugo story. I'm good. How about you? This is like an Afuda card. They need to come in the live stream. Woo. Okay, well, nice episode. I mean, again, I wasn't too into this guy's Rakugo, you know. Like, I feel like I don't know enough about it to really comment, but I wonder if it's like, is it the actual seiyu's voice performance? Or is it actually how the character is supposed to be? That makes me feel like, again, so much of his characters were acted the same, and his voice wasn't changing enough. Especially compared to Akane, it felt a lot more flat. Obviously the joke was don't really my thing, right, which is fine. I'm not really into that comedy as much, but comedy is very subjective, right? I'm not saying I have like great comedy. Yesterday I was watching a live action show called Ikekuburo West Skate Park, and a lot of comedy there was super stupid, but it really made me laugh. I don't know, I was just not feeling this guy's performance that much. But again, I'm so like not an expert on Rakugo, so it's more like a personal preference thing. How long are you waiting soon? I'm not waiting, I'm watching an anime right now, and this is the timer for the anime that I'm watching. Good YouTubers, thank you. I learned something. This is how I tell time, yeah. That was funny. That was funny. Okay, good episode. Let's watch the next one. But yeah, the old man really seems to have mellowed out, so Maybe he learned the lesson from what I would call an overreaction 6 years ago. Episode 9 of Akane-banashi in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So you walk. Goodbye. Okay, I don't know, I didn't catch it earlier, but she's voiced by Takashi. That was very obvious there. Wow, that's Takashi. I don't know, I couldn't tell. Wow. Thank you. I think it's not just screaming attack that felt the most Takashi, yeah. Yeah. This facial expression. She's gonna be good. How do you know she's not into? Can someone not be both into anime and like, whoa? Yes, some people are like already judging her, you know. I'm sure she knows how to grab attention though. Takashi is so fucking good. She really sounds like a different person, that's why I didn't recognize her. Your mom. Okay. Thank you, mom. I see. Ninja-banashi. Takeshi is really kind of like the modern queen of voice actress in a sense. I don't know how many roles I've seen where they cast her like this as a voice actress character in an anime. I guess. Working hard. Yeah, there's still a bit of Takashi Lie, but she really does sound quite different. It's amazing. She's great. I mean, I am biased. Due to the quiz coming up, but Takashi Lie wins everything. Okay. But she did well, I assume. It's too nice, it's weird. Is it just playing like it's gonna be nice, but then at the end it's gonna shit on all of them once they've all performed? You got properly praised, yeah? Kawaii. Thank you for coming, see you. Yeah, I think so. Well, but it's actually amazing. Ik kan dat ook. I was gonna say it's a bit flat. I felt that with the first performance too. Outside of like the fast-paced, you know. Cute. Multitasking, let's go. I don't know if Raikugo is really like a second screen thing. It seems like part of the fun is really focusing on the acting and the story, so. Yeah, let's see what he thinks of this. It is interesting that she's choosing to be subdued on purpose. I mean, it's a strategy, with everybody else trying to do the most bombastic, impressive thing. She's trying to do something a lot more normal and controlled and measured. Maybe it's a smart move, you know? It actually makes us stand out, since everybody is trying to be stand out. It means everybody is kind of like in the same style almost of doing the craziest thing. And so by her being on a more normal style, she will stand out in that way, if that makes sense. Everybody else trying to stand out is making them actually not stand out by being in the same league as each other. Does that logic make any sense? Hmm. You know so many words. That's the way to get out of this. Okay. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's see what happens next. What will his review be of her? Does he even know who she is? So many questions. Episode 10 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I really should take the time to watch some actual Rakugo on YouTube. I'm sure there's some, Master Rakugo with English subtitle or something. Just a little bit to get some context. Let me look that up real quick. I want to see the actual master at work. Rakugo English subs. Yeah. There is some that I'm finding. Seems like some of these performances are 20 minutes about. That seems to be the common thing. Okay. Yeah, okay, there's a lot of sub 1 on YouTube. It's not very long, so Buddha. stuff like this again. I see. I would be afraid to hold my baby at all, but in front of a window. Maybe I'll face away from the window. Aka is ready, huh? Are you sure about that? Tell that to the people who name their kids after some anime character. Yeah, I mean, it's a slow burn, huh? Such a good old woman voice, huh? one thing. Which is maybe the true art of Rakugo, so that's the way to win. She's very likable. We can see the scene. Again, like, so impressed with the voice actress of the character. Eh? Okay, that's a pretty funny ending, I guess. I actually felt it like I described it. At first, I was like, this is kind of boring, but then the story got more fun. Obviously, part of it is that they actually showed it, but the idea is that, the audience is supposed to see it because she's so good at acting it, right? But yeah, it was kind of entertaining. Pretty good. Now for the review. Let's see it. What's your fucking problem, dude? Is it because she's a trainee and not a student or something? And he only cares about the hierarchy? Okay. That's all the review, huh? Oh, that's what he meant. That's what he meant. Okay, I didn't understand it. Okay. Is that really what he meant? Like, you're literally too good for this competition? Yeah. Okay, that's some praise. I hope he actually answers, seriously. But at the same time, it feels like it's too early in the show. Right. Why you look evil? Is it gonna be something stupid? Kind of like what just happened, where like the way he worded it, I assumed one way, but it was the other way. So like, did he expel him because like you're? Well, it wasn't just him. I guess it was a bunch of people. I was gonna say like, did he expel him because like you're too good to be here? So like, why are you at this level? I expelling you so you can be a fool. No, doesn't make sense. I don't know. So yeah, let's watch the next episode to find out. If he actually answers. It feels early for an answer, but I don't know. Wow. Alright. Okay, I just want to know his answer. Hopefully it's a satisfying answer, so let's just go to the next one. Episode 11 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Opening right away. Answer, please. The episode is called Answer. Well, she got a question, she has the right to ask. Let's go. But he wasn't at a pinnacle. He was doing a test to reach the next level. Fitting in is fine, but expelling in is stupid. So it's just like an ultra elitist mindset. Kind of like if we literally stop making 90% of anime and the only one that gets made is like Ghibli level stuff. I'm sure some people would want that. And I'm gonna say fuck these people, that's a terrible take. I mean, by that logic, this show wouldn't be made. Akane-banashi is fun, but it's not like anything that revolutionary, right? It's good in a normal way. I'm disappointed. That's really his reasoning, just shitty elitist mindset. Does he really think that's gonna save Rakugo from like falling even more out of popularity? Like any art form, that's not how you should look at it. Sure, there's the higher level of the absolute best, but there needs to be the middle level, the low level. How can people tell the difference if there's only high level? Okay. I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed that was the answer. I get it, and there's definitely people like that in many fields, but I really thought there would be a bigger twist. But it's just shitty elitist mindset, which doesn't even make sense because the guy wasn't even a master, he was literally like doing a test to reach another level of Rakugo. Expelling him rather than like feeding him so he can try again later is such a stupid way to do it. Celebrate. I mean, it feels unfair, it feels bullshit, I can only imagine. 6 years of waiting for the answer, and this is the answer. Some shitty elitist bullshit. Such an out of fucking tune answer from the old man. He's gonna join in, no? Yeah, there we go. That's a face. I like how the teachers kind of joined the main cast. She's probably the one having the easier time since she's not drunk. I don't know if he already knows or figured out that's the reason. It's such a shitty reason to kill someone's passion for something. Seriously. No matter what sad backstory you give me, come on. Sure. Obviously, he could have gone somewhere else, right? That's what I thought. I guess you could say it was weak-willed or something, but come on. He had basically staked everything on, if I fail here, I quit. I guess it's true that even if he was felt normally, I guess he might have quit anyway. Yeah. So what now? I mean, I guess that's fair. I didn't think about it before, but yeah, he was kind of already, thinking of quitting if things didn't work out, if he didn't actually manage to make it to the next level. So I guess even if he was let down in a normal way, like you're not good enough, you don't pass, but you can take the test again later, he might have quit. But that still doesn't really change the fact, right? I mean, that is such a shitty way as like the face of the art form to treat people, right? Like literally just expect everybody with no explanation of why they're, they're not good enough, despite the fact that audience seems to be into it. Like, there's a point where you really gotta look at yourself and be like, I'm the problem, right? Like, the audience is liking it, and yet you just fired all those people. That's really like one other way to do things. It's really not a good look. And in a sport that's probably, in a in an art form that's already like probably not attracting the most people, right? I assume, like Ugo is, slowly having less people interested, right? I mean, with the modern day, it feels like an old art form, right? Sumo is kind of the same. I'm a big fan of sumo, but you have to hear the report of like new members are less and less, right? For many reasons, and many reasons are like that is failing to modernize in many ways, right? By trying to keep so much elitist view on things, amongst many other issues. Yeah. Live action? Okay. I guess. Can go to a circus. Alright. I mean, again, I do think it's an interesting take, actually. Yeah. There's a lot of people who talk like this with this kind of like extreme elitism. In the anime community, it's the same, right? I mean, you see it a lot, right? Yeah. I don't like it. But it's definitely realistic. There's people like that. I mean, like a good example in anime is Miyazaki, right? As much as people like Miyazaki, he absolutely hates animes. How people see it, I don't know if you've ever said that openly, but obviously, like, even something like Akane-banashi, which we're watching right now, you would probably look at it with disdain, right? I mean, it's, it's probably very bland to him, like in animation, um, with a story or pacing that's probably like, nothing on the level of what he considers real art or something, right? So, Miyazaki is actually a good example for a comparison, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. You know, I still respect the guy for different reasons, but, for take like this, definitely not. Anyway, final episode of season 1 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. That's what happens. Every time I take an ice cream, someone is just gonna talk to me and stop me from eating it, and then it's fucking melted. Like it's automatic. Okay. Hmm. Can't you just keep a actual name? I mean, I guess not. In sumo, it's the same. People get a name. Often it's something that's like related to the stable, the team they're in, if you will. Sometimes it's like passed down by the master, so it's kind of like a version of the master's name with a bit of difference. And that's the initial name, because then when you climb the ranks, and if you get to the top division, and if you get especially like to the top rank of Ozeki Yokozuna, then usually they change their name a second time, which can get confusing and hard to follow sometimes. And sometimes the second name is, for example, there was Kotonowaka, which was the grandson of like a legendary Yokozuna guy, and so he was called Kotonowaka. But then when he reached the second highest rank, he took the name of his grandpa, Kotozakura, and now that's what it's called. Things get pretty complicated in that way. Sure. She's popular now. So yeah, there's other high level people. Shaktis. That's not really true. Big brain. Like, ton of people are arrogant without the skills to back it up, and it doesn't stop them. Big name. Mini celebrity now. I kind of dislike that. None of them cared about her crew or cared about her until now that she's popular, right? I mean, it's good if they become fan, but all of them just care that she's popular. That's it. Most of them. So it means that potentially a lot of the story is going to be after high school, which is insanely rare. Maybe. Or maybe the 6 months are the rest of the story. I like the sound. That's music. Okay, so we skip the 6 months. Okay. So yeah, interesting. Just kind of surprising, but okay. Awesome. This might be a show that takes place over many years, which I like. The teacher keeps coming to our show. What's her name? Is her name Akane-banashi? No. Is it? So, like, she's already so good, so like, does she need to stay an apprentice? Can't she already take the test to go up in rank? Or do they have some stupid rule of like, you need to be an apprentice for this long? He probably already thought about this himself. Let's go. And that's how they end it, but again, we already know season 2 is coming in 6 months, so it's fine. It's fine. And for kids, it's a pretty good place to end. This is much better than Witchat Atelier, which I finished earlier. That ends literally in the middle of like something happening, I guess. This is better, yeah. But again, they've already portrayed her as like, you know, the master himself, the elitist guy, literally said like, you're too good. So it already feels kind of pointless that she's at a low rank like apprentice. Can't she just speedrun things and already like, you know, do the test for the first rank or something? Like in terms of the story, it feels kind of like that, yeah. Like we know she's already way past this rank, even though she just reached it. So we'll see what happens. Maybe again, like she actually needs to stay at this rank, but they could also do like time skip again. If you know there's like some kind of rule that you can't take the first test after, you know, you need to wait a year or something. I don't know. But good stuff. Akane-banashi is a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. You know, I say Rakugo isn't that popular, but it's already the third anime about Rakugo that I can think of. Joshidaku, Rakugo, Showa, Shinju, and this one. And they're all within like the last 10-15 years. Akane-banashi. What? Akara-sama. Jokes. Always the jokes. And that is it for Akane-banashi Season 1. Good show. Good show, good show. I enjoyed it. What can I say? I always like shows about like very specific Japanese art form. Even though again it's not my first Rakugo show or anything, I thought it's a good one. It's definitely got a lot more of the accessible shonen formula, right? I keep recommending Showa Rakugo Shinjo, but that one is just the type of story, right? It's a lot more mature, dramatic, and relationship focused. So, you know, it's not as much of a big audience show, I feel like. But Akane-banashi, again, it's really like taking the shonen formula, which will appeal to a lot more people. So, yeah, I think it's a good show, and I enjoyed it. I look forward to season 2, no doubt about it. I'd give this season 1 an 8 out of 10 in terms of enjoyment, which, as always, my ratings are only based on enjoyment. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Like, subscribe, comment, as always, and I will see you guys next time. As far as anime reaction, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll figure it out. See you soon. ExoticBankai.